All right, welcome to the first of a few videos on your practice exam. So I'll go through how to do each question, and you can then use that to revise for the exam. All right, so these are the topics that we're going to be going through. The first one is expressing numbers in scientific notation. You don't need any formulas for that. You just need to know how to do the process. The formulas that are going to be given are down at the bottom of this page. For example, for simple interest, if the question asks you for interest, you're using this formula. This is the one I've taught you in class. Just remember, we're multiplying all the values and dividing by 100. You can see it in that formula there. It's the same thing. And then if the question asks you for the total amount, that's that one there. For binomial expressions, I'll put that in yellow as well because you don't have a formula. You need to just learn how to do the technique. And then we've got Pythagoras, and that if you're looking for the longer side, the hypotenuse, then you're adding the square of the 2 and then doing the square root. If you got the shorter side, you're doing if you're looking for the shorter side, you're doing the minus. This bigger side squared minus the shorter side squared, and it doesn't matter where you label A or B. Okay, then lastly we have trigonometry, and that was the 4 steps I was showing you in class, and you have to choose one of these ratios to then find the unknown side. So let's get started. First question talks about scientific notation. So you've got a very large number, 560 billion, and you want to put that into scientific notation, meaning something times 10 to the power of an index. Okay, so how we do this is simply just count the number of spots. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So basically we want the decimal point to move 11 spots to go to that 5.6. So we've got 5.6 times 10 to the power of 11. So that's how we do it for large numbers. For small numbers, similar way, we want this decimal point to move there. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we want it to go not all the way there, but next to the 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9.3 times 10 to the power of negative 5. Okay. Now to simple interest. The formula is it's asking for simple interest on 10,000 for 3.5 years at 9.5% per annum. Okay, so we write our simple interest formula. Interest equals PIN, and remember we've got to divide by 100 because we need to change the percent to a decimal, so we divide by 100. So simply we are multiplying all the values. 10,000 times 9.5% times 3.5 years, and divide by 100, and you get an amount there which is $3,325. Okay, don't forget your units. Okay, so this question again is to do with simple interest, but be careful because it's asking for the total amount gained in the end. So we'll do the same thing. So we've got different values this time. $500 is the principal. The interest rate is 10% for 5 years. Divide that by 100. Over there, 250. But that's not my final answer, because in both these questions we've calculated interest, but in this question 4 that we are doing, it's asking for the total amount. So the total amount is the initial amount principal that we had plus the interest. So we've got 500 plus 250. So 500 was that original amount plus the 250 that we just calculated as our interest. So the total amount is $750. Alrighty. So that's scientific notation and simple interest, at least the easier questions. And then we're going to move on now to expanding binomials and Pythagoras. Okay, just remember, for scientific notation, large numbers it's positive, small numbers it's negative, and you're just counting the zeros. Okay, you're counting the decimal point, so you got a decimal point from there, move to there. In this case, decimal point there, move to there, count the positions, and remember, small number is a negative index, a large number. With interest, just need to use the same formula, multiply all the values, divide by 100, you'll calculate how much interest you've got. If it asks for the total amount, just add the initial plus the value that you got for interest, and that's that. Oh yeah, jacuzzi.